Yeah, with the range, that I was thinking along the lines of that. But then that'll reveal much of where the damage and much of where they're gonna play around for the draft if they do decide to go that route.
I mean, seeing as they have the YSS, they could maybe hold on to the marksman pick because they already have so much damage. They don't need to heavily rely on burst from a Granger, but it's more about, do you want to give the Granger over to SRG on Innocent's hands?
And as expected, the Gatakacha got picked, and this time the Lapu as well. So, I don't know, what were your thoughts on this opener coming in from TL?
The Lapu is still flex, believe it or not. Teams do play it in the goat lane.
Wait, what?
It is. I don't know if OHEB does it, but it is flex with the YSS. So we might see some experience bands coming in from SRG, but I'm not sure. I don't think OHEB plays it. Yep. I just wanted to say that.
No, you know what? You're already giving people ideas. After the grand finals, be careful when you're in ranked games. Is this going to be a Lancelot pick or an Akai pick? Because I kind of feel like both does work well with the draft. It looks like they go for that Lancelot. So it's going to be carry in the jungle. Now, I don't know, personally for you, Kibomba, is there any hero the Srg.Og really needs to ban out to make sure that they don't get punished?
For sure, the Selena, in my opinion, is going to be a super good pick for Tlph. It's going to help them be able to fight easier at the start of the game, and I think it's going to be very good.
Yeah, I think Selena definitely could be a pickup with the ban. They take out the Ruby, though, because there's the gold lane. It's definitely a possibility. And quick note to that, OHEB, back in the M3 days, was known for playing non-marksman gold laners. We saw things like the Alice back then. We've seen those picks. It beat BTK way back in the day. So
good old days, man.
I'm just saying.
Good old days.
Double fighter off lane, all that kind of stuff. So, yes, I don't think we can completely count OHEB out. I just don't know if Tlph wants to run it.
But you know what? This Ruby ban by SRG, it makes me think about what Kid Bomba said, because the Rubies too can be considered like, yes, a flex, and we want to think of it as a gold lane ban, but if Kid Bomba presented the entire idea of the Lapu flex, then might as well. But yeah, so they go for the Luyi last ban too for Sanji, but then the Selena, that's open, the Valentina, that's open.
Yeah, so now looking at the Esmeralda as well as the Glue banned out here, is there any more good EXP laners to deal with this Lapu?
The Esmer ban kind of tells us that it is a Lapu XP, and I don't think that OHEB is comfortable on the fight. I do think that he's going to go for like a Purify Marksman versus the Kalia, something like a Harith, like a Claude. I am really waiting for that pick, and I actually don't know what experience he can take versus Lapu anymore, because the Glue is a really good answer, the Esme is a really good answer, and 4 XP are banned currently, if you guys didn't notice.
Yeah.
We have seen things like the Akai get picked up in EXP as like possible answers, just something that can work.
Oh, is that a Hylos? Yeah,
Hylos? So
I don't think that's a good pick though.
You don't think that's a good pick?
I don't think that's a good pick versus Lapu.
You think he's gonna get punished?
I do.
I don't like Hylos either, personally.
So it might work. We don't know.
Hey, anything can happen, because here's the thing. First pick is just overall superior. So now, Brigitte, we're looking at the final 2 picks here for Team Liquid. Looks like they do pick up the Harith, and they do pick up the Valentina. What do you think of the overall composition coming in from Team Liquid?
I feel like they're going to be much more comfortable with this, aside the fact that Sanji did get his hands on the Valentina again, and there are just so many ultimates he can steal away from SRG. And despite the Granger still being open, for Sanji, that's just another option. Like the Death Sonatas can just be picked up by the IMU, and they have ways to reach these heroes in the backline for SRG. Now, especially that they have, or they don't have the Akai and the Grok in their lineup.
Yeah, I think you definitely just pick up, you pick up what? Just the Granger here, Purify, Flicker, whatever you want to go. You could go for something like the Claude, possibly, if you really want to play the safe route because of all the dive heroes.
Oh, that's a Bea.
Oh, Beatrix.
Yeah, so now Kibomba looking at both drafts. Any final thoughts before we go into game number 2?
I love the draft of Team Liquid. It's the YSS together with the Valentina and the Gatot. I feel like they're stronger on the mid lane because Gatot is a super good pick against the Kalia. For me, it's going to all depend on the first turtle, and I have a feeling that the Lapu is going to make the difference in this game. So let's see.
Yeah, very solid picks here coming in from Team Liquid. The Srg.Og looks like they want to go for the all combo of the Kali as well as the Beatrix. So thank you very much, panel. But now we got to throw it over to the casters for game number 2 in this grand finals.
Thank you so much. Everybody on the panel is absolutely right. We love the words coming out from Kid Bomba.
Hey.
Me and Mirko definitely agree. It's going to come down to this Lapu here. The matchup is tough, but we've already seen what game one looks like. That tempo is important. These neutral fights are high stakes as we get right into the Land of Dawn for our second game in this best of 7 here at the grand finals of the Mid-Season Cup 2025 here at EWC 25. Let's get this show on the road. Tlph on the blue side facing up against Srg.Og on the red side.
So we've seen a composition where SRG basically said, nah, Carl, you're not going to win out those red tree battles. Now we're seeing more of a brawly composition. This is what I think we've come to expect from SRG, more so than game number 1, where it was an unorthodox SRG. We didn't expect that kind of strat. So let's see if they can actually do that. Again, Bomba mentioned this matchup going to be very good for Team Liquid. Turtle One, very important for both these teams. That guy knows a whole lot about the game. I think he should go pro.
Yeah, I think he should also maybe turn into a talent or something afterwards. But it's the way that we've seen this game play out. We can tell from the drafting phase alone that SRG have kind of doubled down on the strategy of the pick-off, right? Really utilize that Tsunami Slam. Whoever they pick off, they have to instantly kill. Because Team Liquid, they see this Beatrix and they're like, wait, she doesn't have the Purify. If we can get that battle spell out, that's a huge window for us to punish our opponents. If they went Granger with a Purify of his own, I think Oheb would be a lot more confident into taking on this fight, especially if the Granger makes a mistake. Based on Emblem so far, things are looking pretty normal. Nothing too unorthodox or out of the ordinary. Only notable thing is probably going to be not only the Weapon Master from Innocent, but the Wilderness Blessing coming up specifically from Cram. He wants to be part of these fights.
He does a whole lot more mobility to already a very high mobile hero here with the Glorious Pathway. Again, also the firmness of the pull yourself together here coming from Yum. So he wants to go for those big ultimates, but also he wants to respect how much damage Team Liquid have, especially around the first turtles, where it's very important for them to secure it. It comes down to the snowball again in the mid lane. Stormy, feathered airstrike over to Sanji, taking him so low, and that's just so much more pride to play with. Sanford already there, but the Glorious Pathway is going to stop Tlph in his tracks. It's going to be tough. Sanford diving with Raven Spider. Onto Stormy goes. Tries to predict the flicker move. Wings by Wings was a bit too much for him. Carl with the move. Again, Mountain Shocker. Predicting the move from Skies. Sanford with the jump one more time over Stormy. Good peel from Yums. And Sanji now has the Glorious Pathway. And a third with a Renner's Apathy to turn the tide around. Skies finds some execution. The taunt dodged away from. And it becomes another from Innocent!
He's playing out of his mind now. Another feathered airstrike. They're going to get it this time. Oh, JP, the next to fall. What a start coming in from Srg.Og Esports. They're not done yet. Give him another one, might add it. Holy, a 3-0 and 1 start for Innocent.
Innocent on a Beatrix. This is a big gamble. To play this in the grand finals, to be landing these shots.
Oh, you can even see Oheb. He sees Innocent move into position and he's like, no. Dashing in, trying to protect his teammates, taking at least the shot. Sacrifice my HP, sir. Unfortunately, too late. The angle is good, and you can see Krammy's happy about that very first fight. Now the tempo in control, as you can see by the live cam view, Sanford taking the brunt of that damage. Unlock Kram from his lane. Yums, chill out for a moment. Once we get Beatrix in position, we will be able to clear out these waves and not interact with them. Wait.
Nice. Oh. Dodge away again. Jumps in. Phantom Execution. Dodge away from Oheb. Able to get the stun. Or the dash is here. Zaman Force coming in as well. Skies with the Thorn Rose. Unable to get it in time. But the sustain comes through. Sanji walks up. And it's Oheb who picks up the kill. Stolen Tsunami Slam over to Yums. The turret lands a shot. But he gets away. Oh my goodness gracious. Stop this man, someone!
Okay, Innocent, he's still making plays of his own, but this time JP's like, no, Oheb already tried to die for our sins. And he already outplayed the bot side gank. Now he lifts his hands up saying, not this time, I'll protect you. Now Team Liquid have pulled this back. Despite the score being 2-4, Slang or Red Giants have a minor lead. It equals out on both sides, but let's look at where the advantages actually are. With all these fast rotations that we've been seeing from Kram's side, he did lose out on a little bit of EXP, which is why you're seeing Sanford at full level and more on his side on Lapu Lapu. He's also helping to pick up that mid-wave to allow Sanji to alleviate his pains. Now Yums, wait, hold on. That's a Genius 1 purchase coming in from Stormy's side. They want to snowball this game out of control off of this next fight.
Both junglers are level 7. Innocent walking up to the mid lane already. Tlph holding on to the push. Gotta be careful. Walks over the damage again. Yum's gonna be caught under. This is gonna be the retreat from Skies. AOG with JP walking to the back. Sanford can't solo. Still doing damage. Will fall in the end. No, he actually survives for a bit longer. As Stormy walks up, gets Captain Feather airstrike over from Sanji, but he gets away in time. Turtle for Yums and Sanford.
Not too bad for SRG, but it worked out. Team Liquid, they walk in, they get the turtle of their own. Where else can they find the punishment, right? They're looking for invade options, but I don't think that Tlph is comfortable enough to walk in just yet, knowing that Innocent is nearby. But so many resources have been already utilized. Now that they've spotted Sakai's down on the bot side, should this be a green light for Team Liquid to try and extend Carl's lead, to try and get something over Sakai's?
Could be, but it's just...
Yums is saying no. He's like, nah, he's checking it every single time. Don't invade. Don't try. This is our territory.
It's very, very difficult for Carl to invade here up against a landslide. And again, this is the reason why, yes, Yi Sun-shin is really good in the meta, but just in the third place match, we've been seeing how Lancelot could take over games. Cram with the glorious pathway against Sanford! Jumps with the bravest spider over to Stormy! Tsunami slam there, but it's not going to unpack anything. Sanford gets a stun too, and that's a capitalization from Oheb into Cram now. It's Skies the puncture. Carl looking for the shot. Skies with the puncture one more time. Terrified in! Sanji gets away, gets the help of the revitalize. Oheb with the chase. Can he get the last shot onto Skies? He gets a turtle buff again. There's a few more minions. He buys some time.
He's gonna go down. Skies knows he's dead for sure. He's got no more mana to puncture or even Thorn Rose. And you can see that the TL fans are happy to see this happen. Now, 1.7k lead for the side of Team Liquid. They've evened up the score and even found a lead of their own against Srg.Og Esports. What a fight to turn things around. Now, majority of this gold is leading in to both Tlph as well as Oheb, but that fight was won by Sanford and JP's combination. Great synergy, knowing Innocent, hey, you get hit by any CC, it's over for you.
Dude, I thought when Innocent got 3 kills at the start, it was over, but it just goes to show you how good Liquid are at recovering. That's Sanford who gets caught. He still had the flicker, has the bravest spider, saves it. Good damage with the Nemiru's passion over to Oheb, who's going to be at half. That's a big feather airstrike, not landing at all.
They want to actually go for this. It looks like they're going to try. Sanford, he's already in.
Doing a bit of damage. Taunt over to Skies as well. That's a stun. Dodged away from again. Sanford caught in the midst of it all. That's a Render's apathy landing on JP. AOG cancelled out of Skies. Jumps over to Thorn Rose. Oheb with Zaman for still jumping back and forth. Another shot from Carl. Retreat battle on the turtle. Yums jumps in, but won't be able to find the range. Sanji kiting away now. It's a retreat. Tlph secures the turtle.
Crazy. 3v4, and Tlph making it known he's not going to lose another retribution battle against the rising star of Skies. War Axe already purchased by Tlph, and that's great for him because now he's got true damage in his kit, and he's going to be able to sustain in his own jungle, even if he takes a bad trade against SRG. Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Zaman force there. Skies luckily able to escape, but it will be a turret down below. They're looking for more. Sanji has it. Innocent force to flicker out. Sanji with a Tsunami Slam. Can use it. JP gets caught. Feathered airstrike one more time on him. He's a bit too tanky.
Too tanky. For now. All right, for now, there will be a time where JP is going to take more damage, but that Revitalize saves him so much. The execution was good from the side of Srg.Og, but now that they don't have much of a lead, and technically they're playing on the back foot, Team Liquid are more than confident to make these plays. Yeah, sure, take JP, of all people, as long as you're not taking Sanji, as long as you're not taking Oheb, we can make this work. And don't worry about Tlph, he hasn't missed the trace list just yet.
It's been on point. Oheb too. Man, again, he had to lane against a 3-0 Innocent. Has been doing it really well up against a matchup that is still very skill reliant before level 4, right? So Innocent had a lot of that advantage. But now I would want to see the items again to see if Oheb is going for the Starlium build or the Enchanted Talisman build.
He's going for Starlium, if I remember
Starlium, all right. And it's very close to a Holy Crystal. That is going to be the massive power spike for Team Liquid to take control in these team fights.
If we're talking about punishes in terms of the item build, Team Liquid, they're aware that Srg.Og, especially for Stormy, going for that Genius Wand, it's like, oh wow, it's huge if you have the lead. And now that they've taken that lead back, yeah, that Genius Wand can do only so much.
Purify out of Tsunami Slam. That's a Tsunami Slam over to Skies as well. Zaman Force going to be popped in. it as JP holds the back line with the help of Sanford with the Ravens Fighter, but still, oh, Sanford gets the stun again, and it finds Innocent in the back line. He's still alive. Sanji walks up again, might be overzealous, now gets all of them, positive Purify, and gets taken up by the Thorn Rose. Sanford, look for the kill. Oheb still on the purple buff, gets it away as Yomes disengages, and it ends up being 2 for 2. But Sanford wants to go with the Ravens Fighter one more time, over to Yomes. Oheb has them on force, and they get Yomes.
10-10, 3.3k lead, and an important fight for Tlph to now take the Lord convincingly. Sanford has been so monumental for this squad. The Sansan duo still connected as ever. As Srg.Og, they cannot have these extended fights against a team like this. 2 bravest fighters were used in that fight. 2 of them.
Goes to show you how balanced the cooldown is on that hero. I mean, hey, it is also Sanford, a signature pick from when we saw him at M4. He did wonders with that pick, and he is doing it here too. It really just seems like the KDA isn't doing it justice, right? 3-4-3. He's not invincible on this pick. Srg have been able to punish it a lot of times, but they have to be very careful once those flickers have been spent. Stormy and Innocent are so vulnerable when they don't have those flickers, and it just makes it so hard for Srg to play the front to back that they want to.
That's why we keep reiterating that tempo is so important, especially with like these high execution style of compositions. You're playing a pickoff composition. You start falling behind, Team Liquid can just force resources out of you, and it always feels like you're playing on the back foot. These leads are so big in terms of their 2, maybe even 4k swings, but look at them just zoning them out, right? Come on, throw something at this. Team Liquid is asking Srg to do something about them.
Yomes try to go up, and it will be the Holy Shield in the mid lane taken. Team Liquid, 6,000 gold lead. The scoreboard isn't looking as, crazy as it was in game number 1. It was Srg dominating. Here it's 10-10, but still, the gold lead all for Team Liquid. Take a look at Oheb now. He's building towards, I believe, a Divine Glaive. He's almost 2,000 gold ahead of Innocent. Again, something to remember is the fact that Innocent went for Weapon Mastery. So once he gets these big items, it will be a massive power spike.
I mean, the Blade of Despair is already pretty huge for him, which is why you're seeing him, try and get some really important damage. But just notice the item builds on the opposite end, right? We're seeing Blade Armors come on through. No Malefic Roar just yet. A Malefic Gun? Sure, but you got to walk into our range. And that's something that Innocent doesn't really want to do just yet. Worst yet, Carl Teasy's damage is through the roof. 3 items complete and a Winds of Nature. I'm expecting him to get a little more snowball-y. He's running the killing spree, right? So if he reduces Srg's health down to at least 50%, he might be able to start chaining kills one after the other.
Massive lead for a whole lot for Team Liquid. Again, those are some big power spikes that we were just talking about. What was going to be built up? See Halberd, Divine Glaive. Now what for Oheb? Does he go for CE? Does he go for Immortality, maybe Winter Crown to just survive the burst that's going to be coming through from Innocent and Stormy is the big question. Because JP, he knows he's taken a lot of damage. He would much rather have the Immortality so that he can be back up when he gets taken out. Which is, by the way, the main win condition of Selangor Red Giant. Sanford with the Bravest Fighter walking up again. It's going to be the AOG coming through. Flicker in for Sanford. Goes for the stun. Finds Stormy in the back line. Forces the Flicker out. And now it's a collapse for Oheb. Sanji in the back. Liver to flash again. Tsunami Slam to bring Cram to give Oheb a mega kill.
Big plays being made by the side of Team Liquid ID, but their timings are immaculate. They're forcing these fights against Srg, knowing that they can get something out of them. As long as they don't trade 1-for-1, this is going to be an absolutely free Lord in their hands. 13 minutes into the game, Team Liquid are making a statement to Srg. Game 1, that's just a one-off thing.
They're going to time it too. They don't want to take it right now. They know they need to take it after 40, I guess?
40.
Yeah, so they want to play with the next wave, not this one. They want to have time to build up those big waves because they know how good the wave clear is for Selangor Red Giants OG Esports.
And it's especially dangerous, right? Because if Team Liquid want to siege against Srg, JP has to commit the AOG, and that's not something that they want to do. They want Srg to launch Feathered Airstrikes, to use the Tsunami Slam first, so that Sanford and JP have an easier time to pinpoint the location of the backline and where that battle is going to flow. Sanji, I think, probably has to take the brunt of the damage, right? He can't really get into these fights just yet, and I think stealing away Stormy's ult has been a big problem. When he does get it, it's a heavy win for Team Liquid. When he doesn't have it, he's just chilling, waiting. Maybe Cram runs a little too far forward and he can slow that peel down. If he can terrify Sakai's, it's already a big win.
Gideon, they know the timers. They know Stormy and Innocent won't have the flicker ready by the time the Lord comes into base. So they're looking for the punish. Sanford with the Bravest Fighter over to Skies in a 1v1 situation. Good Thorn Rose. Oh, a battle here in the mid lane as well as the Lord is able to charge down and get the turret. But Skies is so far away, but he's baited in the time. He's already distracted Team Liquid. They couldn't punish Stormy and Innocent without the flicker, but they will find Skies. It'll be delayed. Skies is doing a good job at just buying time. Red Tree coming in and the Phantom execution too. But it is inevitable. Last shot. We get a display of those clean punctures before it happens. AOG! Flicker up and it's down again.
So good. So very, very good. That's why, when we're talking about the Emperor's Eye, we're talking about just a full view of the map. You would imagine that with those phones that they can only see so much, but Team Liquid, they see everything on the map, and the same goes for SRG. These punishes are huge because now that somebody doesn't have that flicker, no huge plays are going to be made. Here we go.
Sanford again with the Bravest Fighter, wants to go for it, but Tsunami Slam locks him down, and JP goes over the taunt. Sanford with the flicker backwards again. Turret dealt with already as Carl shoots out the Mountain Shocker, but it doesn't land on anyone. Ooh, that damage! The horse is down, and no, I'm not talking Liquid. I'm talking Cram on the Hylos.
Oh, Cram, he's not having much of a game right now. And Team Liquid are having the time of their life. 13-10, 11K gold lead. Most would say that this is, or what I would like to call it, the checkmate angle. However, SRG will hit 42K of their own, but Team Liquid have so many more resources, so many more options when it comes down to the fight. They can start swapping out their immortalities mid-fight if necessary. Winter Crowns might even come into play, but for the time being, it just looks like they just need SRG to make that first move. Ooh, Sanji going to be completing the Winter Crown first. There's a chance he might make a play of his own.
I think it's just for survivability, right? He's been placed in very tough situations. This Valentina has really just been mostly utility than it is damage. Yes, he is doing damage, but for the most part, you see the Glorious Pathway. You see the Tsunami Slam. It's not much of the Feathered Airstrike being stolen over by from Liquid, and I think it's for a good reason too. They know they have enough damage. They just need to peel and give space for Oheb and Carl TZ to dish out that damage. So now, it's the Lord Dads. Bottom wave, good for Liquid.
Here's the conceal. They're going to try. Cram takes it first.
There you go. That's a damage. Cram should be falling here. Goes in for the stun. As Skies walks up to Cram. Actually survived with the Glorious Pathway. 1v1. The GOAT goes in and wins it out against the Prince. This will be free. SRG are running back to base.
He got hit by the turtle boats. The guy's unable to outplay it. Carl TZ, he's probably laughing to himself. He's like, come on. Lancelot, I'm the Lancelot guy. I am the guy. I have a skin after me, sir. Please show me some respect. You can't 1v1.
Sanford, you're pretty good. Very good. Tsunami Slam coming out. Oheb. Zaman forwards. Carl TZ in the jab. Oh, wow. That's actually a full dive over. Traceless to get away. Oheb still doing a bit too much damage. Jones will lose his immortality too. Carl handling the mini waves. That's 2 members down. Skies will be back up in 1. Innocent holding it down, but without Sanford, can they still look for the siege?
They could try. Innocent still has ults to work with. Oh, they've got Feather Airstrike, but they need a stall.
JP taking very low penetration. Oh, clips him. Innocent in the back trying to cut away. Oheb gets it, and with the godlike, Sanji freezes up, pops the Winter Crown, and the answer